Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Hello, Efron.
How's it going?
Efron Monsanto.
Oh, you have a pre-written ticket for me?
Okay. So, you're being issued a ticket for fail to comply with the control section order, reopening Act of Ontario.
Is this another 880 fine?
Okay, yeah, buddy.
I feel like what they're doing is wrong. I mean, if he wants to sit over there and film,
Yeah.
you want to sit over here and film, he wants to sit in the middle and film.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're giving tickets. Everybody is 6 feet apart. Nobody's in a group.
Pardon?
You can trespass from.
I haven't been handed any paperwork for that.
Okay, well, you'll get it soon enough.
So you're gonna trespass before reporting? Is that what's happening here?
Make sure that all this stuff, right, is done in a manner that everybody's treated equally. I don't care about the tickets, that's fine and dandy, but if you're gonna ticket me, you better be ticketing any other rally out there. It's that simple. Like, fair is fair, right?
Do you feel deterred, or will you still come back?
I think you know the answer to that question. I don't feel deterred, and it's because of amazing Canadians like you that I keep coming back.
Hey guys, had a video for Rebel News, again with another update from my lockdown coverage out here in Hamilton, Ontario. Once again, state agents from Hamilton Police and Municipal Bylaw have come out and harassed, intimidated, and financially extorted the members of this protest. So this is their 27th week of protesting the lockdown restrictions under Doug Ford's Ontario. As you know, he brags about it being the most restrictive measures in North America. Take a look.
We have implemented the strictest measures in all of North America.
And yet again, the stay-at-home order has been extended until June 2nd, as they say.
We need to maintain the stay-at-home order and all public health measures until at least June the 2nd.
Now, the freedom protesters here have all been ticketed 880 because, as you know, if you're a Rebel viewer, protesting is not an essential reason to be outside. Crazy, I know, but this is Ontario and this is Canada.
Protesting is not an essential reason.
I mean, if he wants to sit over there and film,
Yeah.
you want to sit over here and film, he wants to sit in the middle and film.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're giving tickets. Everybody is 6 feet apart. Nobody's in a group.
As you know, these measures are all done for public health, and it's all done in the name of your safety. So they decided to actually socially distance the entire protest. Everyone was separate from each other, few numbers, but they're all spaced out. Lo and behold, this actually didn't stop Hamilton Police and Municipal Bylaw from coming out with pre-written tickets like they do every other week, and they came out and just handed them out like candy. Astute viewers of Rebel News who watched my last week's coverage know that I was ticketed.
Monsanto.
Oh, I'm actually being ticketed? For what am I being charged for again?
Reopening Ontario Act.
No way. Wait, this is an 880 COVID fine?
There you go.
You're also trespassing the property.
I'm trespassed for what?
That's correct, because you're failing to comply with reopening Ontario. You can stay 2 meters away and be a journalist, but you weren't doing that, so that's why you're being ticketed.
This week is no different. Take a look at this clip.
Hello, Efron.
How's it going?
Efron Monsanto.
Oh, you have a pre-written ticket for me?
Okay. So, you're being issued a ticket for fail to comply with the control section order, reopening Act of Ontario.
Is this another 880 fine?
Okay, yeah, buddy.
Whoa, for what again? I wasn't even part. I just came. I've been separated from the whole group.
Okay, well, we have you here, and there's a stay-at-home order in effect, so...
Also, like, you know, the Palestinian rally was here Thursday. What do you say for that? No one was
Right.
ticketed then.
Okay, well, here's your ticket. Okay, you can go to court. I'll explain to you the 3 options on the back. Okay.
So for simply being outside reporting you guys.
Okay, you have 3 options on the back. First one is you plead guilty, you pay it off. Second one is early resolution, you meet with the prosecutor. Third one is you go to trial. Okay, whatever you choose to do, you can mail it off to this address right here.
Just one question, like this is for like public health. You're within 2 meters of me. Like, do you feel unsafe right now?
Let me explain the address to you so you understand. Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
It's 50 Main Street East, Hamilton, Ontario. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Thank you.
So this is all done under the guise of public health. I haven't an officer giving me a pre-written ticket. Where's his hands been? He's not within 2 meters of me. Obviously, this is all a charade. This is about intimidation. Obviously, the police aren't 2 meters apart. I'm assuming they don't live together in the same house. What's going on here? I'm not sure. Now let me show you the rest of when I went live that same day. And as you know, I have to go live because I want to give you breaking news coverage, so be sure to take a look at Instagram. But also for my safety, I'm there by myself. I've seen Hamilton police shove an innocent bystander who wasn't even part of the protest and physically assault some of these protesters. Take a look at this video from when I went live that Sunday protest. Look, now you have the officers of bylaw. This is unbelievable. This is 5 weeks in a row. These are like the army of bylaw that come out. They hand people $880 tickets each simply for being outside. The protest right now has been socially distanced, yet these guys are all cowards for not ticketing the Palestinian protest that was here Thursday. But I'm assuming you guys don't do it because you're afraid of your health. I understand. Here's another guy getting a ticket for $880 simply for being outside. This guy was by himself the entire time.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You're not my master.
Here's another ticket for $880 going on right here. This is unbelievable. She was 6 feet away from everyone.
Do wrong exactly, miss.
I told you multiple times, and it's
What? You didn't tell me what I did wrong, and I demand that you tell me what I did wrong. I did everything here today according to the EMCPA. So tell me what I did wrong.
These guys are intimidating the freedom protest. They do this every single week. They're afraid and they're intimidating simply people just for being outside.
I was never in a group. So stick it where the sun doesn't shine.
This is unbelievable.
Bless your soul.
These guys are across the street by themselves, yet we have state agents from the government financially extorting them. Simply for holding up a Bill of Rights.
You ever read your oath again that you swore to?
My name is Officer Reddy.
Did you ever read your oth again and see what you actually swore?
Now we have the organizer here. He's been organizing this for the last couple of weeks. He's getting a pre-made ticket already. This is simply for just for being outside. $880 or a court summons. This is intimidation. These guys would never ticket a Palestinian rally for your safety, I guess. This is all under the health of public health. You guys are scared of a virus. You guys aren't 2 meters apart from each other. You guys don't live in the same house. Don't forget that.
You know, I have rights under Section 2 of the Canadian Bill of Rights that reads, no law shall be construed unless demonstrably justified by an act of Parliament. Now, has that been done? Okay,
these tickets are pre-written. They take a look at the windows. These people have been socially distant the entire time.
Has a federal act of Parliament been done? Yes or no? Has a federal act of Parliament been done in order to override any rights? Has that been done? Yes or no? Simple question. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I'm going to give you the ticket. You
yes
can take it to court to answer those questions.
Okay, well, you guys, you know, you're federally regulated through the Bill of Rights.
Okay, I'm going to put this right here. Touch your bag. Okay.
That you guys have no lawful ground for this. All right.
So now they're looking for more people to financially extort. Do you want to say anything to our viewers who think this is kind of disgusting?
Yeah, we think it's totally disgusting. Violating our constitutional rights.
You guys are here holding up a Bill of Rights, which, you know, it's unbelievable that you have to hold this up and not get ticketed. This is crazy in this country.
It's crazy times we're living in.
And they're still harassing the organizer there. And he was by himself the entire time. This is a small group. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the video. Sorry for interrupting. As you know, Rebel News is being censored by Big Tech. We're going to be kicked off YouTube. We have a 1.5 strikes right now. We don't know when our final day is, but be sure to keep in contact so you can see more videos like this. Head over to rebelnews.com, sign up with your email, maybe your phone number. That way you can never lose contact. Now back to the video. So another $880 ticket here, financially extorting the people.
We're just issuing you a ticket here, okay?
Hold on a sec. Hold on. Let me get my mask on.
Sir, I noticed that you don't have a name and security on your badge. Well, what's your name, by the way? Well, what's the name, the last name? Sir, like everyone's supposed to have a name. We're supposed to identify you because you guys are members of the public. When you guys do this, we have to know your name, sir.
So I have one too.
Thank you.
5 people the entire time I've been here. Very
How come you never got a ticket?
I got a ticket.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was like, how come you?
Oh, are you part of the protest?
No, I'm just here because I feel like what they're doing is wrong. I mean, if he wants to to sit over there and film.
Yeah.
You want to sit over here and film. He wants to sit in the middle and film.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're giving tickets. Everybody is 6 feet apart. Nobody's in a group.
That's the thing about today. They specifically made it that everyone's going to be 6 feet apart just to avoid this kind of corruption. But we're paying the salaries for every one of these people out here. There's a half a dozen people here, yet there's like 24 state agents coming out to financially extort them. So, like, what do you truly think about that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. To be truthfully honest, for me, I just think what they're doing is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's honest to God, it's completely retarded. Like, we're on lockdown and stuff, and for what reason? For what reason? Now, the United States of America is having big, huge parties right now on the beach and stuff. We're locked down for what reason?
Yeah, you can't simply go outside. Protesting is not an essential reason. If you were caught protesting with a sign, you could be liable to an $880 minimum, or you can go to a court summons for up to $100,000.
Okay, so another thing is too is I suffer from depression.
Yeah.
I suffer from really bad anxiety, and what I do is I walk past and I walk upstairs and walk down the mountain stairs. Now I can't do that anymore. And my depression's just going down. I'm gaining weight.
And a lot of people are going through that. And this is how many weeks has this been gone? And this protest has been doing the exact same thing, and they've been intimidating these people for weeks. I've been here for a month now.
Okay.
And that's why I'm live. That's why I want to make sure people see this. Because not a lot of people do know about this. This goes unreported by the mainstream media, the corporate media, the local CH, and the Spectator. They don't talk about this. So that's why I just want to show people live, and people don't say that I'm misediting anything. So here's the army of bylaw.
We have so much will, so we can share.
Are you too intimidated? Show it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't support.
Ready?
Can I have the floor for a second?
Hey, Hamilton Bylaw and Hamilton Police have an announcement to make. I have been social distancing this entire time. At 4 o'clock today, that changes. At 4 o'clock, there will be a group here, and we will be intentionally not social distancing. So, if you're not hypocrites and you actually care about health, I will be here at 4 o'clock today. I will not be social distancing.
So another pre-written 880 ticket just handed out right there. They look at the windows, they just see the people who are there, the regulars come out here, they just have the tickets pre-written and just hand them out. So the army of bylaw here, all standing on guard to ticket people 880 simply for being outside. So this guy simply walked up and he just walked by. He's getting an 880 ticket. It's a ticket anyone who shows up on scene. So now bylaw just standing by. How come you guys have your names taken off your badges right here? People have to identify you guys. You guys work for the public. And in case there's any abuse from you and your teammates, you have to have your name. What's your last name? Sir, like you purposely took off the name tag. All of you guys have to have name tags. You realize that, right? So was that your supervisor's call to tell every one of you guys to take off your name tags? I don't have a name tag. Every bylaw that I've ever met here has a name tag. For some reason, half you guys today don't. If that's how it's going to be. Is that your badge number 372? Correct. Okay. That's really weird. And that only happens in very despot countries where you guys are afraid to be identified because you guys may be doing violence. So same thing. Where's all your name tags? You guys have to be identified. Did your supervisor make the call to take away the name tags? People have to know if you guys commit violence and who did what for future court proceedings. No, other people last times in the last couple weeks, I've been here for 4 weeks, have their names in the front badges. So as you guys saw, they're taking off name tags. They're afraid to be identified. They're afraid of knowing what's happening. He has a name tag at the very front. I guess he's proud of what he's doing. Everyone back here doesn't have a name tag. What's going on there? I don't know who made the call, but we have the evidence now. There's more state agents here by protesters by twofold. This is crazy. And the fact that they're all standing on guard, they want to intimidate people. They want to make people afraid to come out to protest for their freedoms. So now they're standing on guard. They handed out everyone 880 tickets. Now they're just standing by. I just want to show you guys how they work. They go back into City Hall and they garrison back in there. After ticketing the entire crowd 880, they come back. Pardon?
You've been trespassed from this.
I haven't been handed any paperwork for that.
Right?
Matthew, Lee, I've been handed out any sort of paperwork for that day. For trespassing.
Okay, well, you'll get it soon enough.
So you're going to trespass before reporting. Is that what's happening here? So now they're falling back into their little place there. This happens every week. This is why I have to go live to show you guys, because I'm dumbfounded every single time.
So what ended up happening was they gave me another $880 for literally sitting by myself. Just across the street over there.
Yeah.
Like I was literally just by myself. Everybody here was actually quite social distance. I would say there was no more than a group of like 2 or 3, honestly. And yeah, they come out like the Gestapo over there, excuse my language. But I've had several conversations with police officers. I've talked to Marissa Moran, I've talked to John Obovac, I've talked to a couple other sergeants from the Hamilton Police. They did recognize our rights under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the Canadian Bill of Rights. They did recognize that, and I asked them, simply said, hey, you know, please just stay back, let bylaw do their job. Nobody here has been violent. We've been here for 26 weeks, 27 weeks, I think this is 27. And they've just been harassing, ticketing us. It's literally gotten to the point where I'm probably going to file a lawsuit against these guys because it is pure harassment, it's pure intimidation. You only need one officer to maybe one police officer and maybe about 2 or 3 bylaw officers for a group of no more than 5 people. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I got another $880. So I'm officially at 17 tickets now. Make sure that all this stuff, right, is done in a manner that everybody's treated equally. I don't care about the tickets, that's fine and dandy, but if you're gonna ticket me, you better be ticketing any other rally out there. It's that simple. Like, fair is fair, right?
Here comes the irony and hypocrisy from the Hamilton Police and Municipal Bylaw. If you were sent in a picture of a Palestinian protest here in the same location, Hamilton City Hall, no social distancing, no police harassment, no municipal bylaw tickets. Do you see any police? Do you see any intimidation? Now, in that same day, there was a pro-Palestinian rally outside of City Hall. So I went there to cover it and see what would the police do. Is there any difference in policing from the 2 protests? Does it matter what the protest is about? Or is it about the principles of being able to protest in a free country? Weird. So the police stopped handing out tickets and they actually walked back and allowed the protest to happen without any sort of issue whatsoever. They didn't bother to break it up. They didn't stand by on guard like they did for the freedom protest. Interesting. Even as Palestinian protesters burned an Israeli flag on the street of Hamilton, Ontario, no cause to break it up, no tickets, no roughhousing whatsoever. Now here's the Hamilton Police press release to give you guys the full look at the story. 22 charges and 2 protests over the weekend in Hamilton. On Sunday, May 16th, a Hugs Over Mask event took place in the area of Hamilton City Hall with over 20 in attendance. Actually, I was there. It was about a dozen people, all socially distanced, hard to count. Later in the day, a pro-Palestine protest took place in Hamilton City Hall with nearly 1,000 individuals in attendance. At both events, the number of attendees exceeded the number permitted for an outdoor gathering. 8 individuals were charged at the Hugs Over Mask protest. Now, let me interrupt here. That's nearly 80% of people who showed up for that same protest. 8 people. And 12 people at the pro-Palestine event. There were over 1,000 people at the pro-Palestine event. This is all done under the guise of public health. But take a look what our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had to say when he chimed in with this one. Everyone has the right to assemble peacefully and express themselves freely in Canada, but we cannot and will not tolerate anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or hate of any kind. We strongly condemn the despicable rhetoric and violence we saw on display in some protests this weekend. Some of that despicable rhetoric was actually this chant here. So what kind of country do we live in? Municipal Bylaw and Hamilton Police and Doug Ford are doing their own thing, handing out $880 fines to anyone they see outside, because as you know, you have to give up your ID, which is strictly just to fine you. Meanwhile, Justin Trudeau chimes in and says you're allowed to protest, however, only says so in defense of pro-Palestinian protesters, but not for the people that are protesting the same domestic government that rules over them. And now at this same protest, I interviewed Jason from Cosmic Authority, and you won't believe what happened to him. He's a regular at this protest. He's been here every single week I've been there. And he was actually visited by police at his house, and they taped 4 different bylaw tickets to his door, along with an $880 fine. Listen to what he has to say about this, and this unbelievable conduct from the Hamilton police.
Pleasure to work with you today and show you and share the story. Yes, tickets, the two cops, a male and female cop, to my dismay, although the cop talked sweetly to me, they were in my hallway and he said, oh, we just taped this paperwork to your door. This was a few days after the last Sunday protest, okay? So it says, to answer your question, $500 for not maintaining at least 2 meters from another person. God forbid, right? And then there's another one, $75 for operating amplifying equipment. That's the one that really disturbed me, right? That I'm not going to bend over for this kind of tyranny. We're going to use, the amplifying sound, just like Keck did today, the megaphone, for freedom of speech.
Yep.
So it's a con job. They're just trying to intimidate because they're afraid the deep state of me, I guess, doing speeches. That's too goddamn bad. And then we've got, let's see, what's the other ticket? Oh, one said, this is a dandy. One says I created a riot atmosphere. They had the word riot. Oh yes, indulge in riotous conduct in the park.
And just to clarify, you were being completely peaceful. There was no riots, obviously. I have the footage. You were simply just doing your speeches. You were on the bullhorn, just talking to people.
Absolutely. Yes, you were there that day, right here.
Yep.
Just fighting for our truth, health, and freedom, our civil liberties, like millions of us across Canada.
Despite being handed 4 tickets, and I'm assuming that plenty of other tickets in the system, do you feel deterred, or will you still come back?
I think you know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I don't feel deterred, and it's because of amazing Canadians like you that I keep coming back, fighting for our precious children and our babies and feeding our families, right? And let's get more joy. Whenever I come out here, I've always said I want to get a banner one day. We are about humanity, celebrating humanity, positivity. We're about activism, right? Socializing. Spreading love, peace, all of it, man.
So what do you think about all this? Does this make sense to you? Do you feel safe with your authorities ticketing your fellow people $880 simply for protesting in a free country? Signing off, head of video for Rebel News, Efron Monsanto. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to help support coverage like this, head over to lockdownreports.com to cover some of my expenses. Heading to Hamilton is not a big deal, but some of my other colleagues are heading to Montreal, Calgary to cover some of their big lockdown protests. Be sure to get all the latest updates from that same website. Take care.